from all across the country had flown in to talk about the importance of once again placing the priorities of Indian country back on the agenda in the White House. Everybody that I've met, as we traveled on our way up here, we stopped to get some food and talk to some people, and everybody has been extraordinary. But obviously I want to begin by saying a few more words about the turmoil in our financial markets. We are in the midst of the most serious financial crisis in a generation, perhaps the worst since the Great Depression. 3 of America's 5 largest investment banks have failed or been sold off in distress. Our housing market is in shambles. Monday brought the worst losses on Wall Street since the day after September 11th. And the Fed has had to take unprecedented action to prevent the failure of one of the largest insurance companies in the world from causing an even larger crisis. Just this morning, we learned that the Fed had to act with central banks around the world to maintain the functioning of our financial system. So everywhere you look, the economic news is troubling. But here's the thing, for so many of you here in northern New Mexico, and for so many Americans, this isn't really news at all, because you've been going through hardships for a lot longer than Wall Street has. You know, 600,000 workers have lost their jobs just since January. Home values are falling. Your paycheck doesn't go as far as it used to. It's never been harder to save or to retire, to buy gas or groceries. And if you put it on a credit card, they've probably raised your rates. In so many cities and towns across America, it feels as if the dream that so many generations have fought for is slowly slipping away. So I know these are difficult days, New Mexico, and I know there are a lot of families out there that are feeling anxiety right now about their jobs, about their homes, about their savings, about their retirement. But here's what I also know. This is not a time for fear. It's not a time for panic. This is a time for resolve, and it is a time for leadership. I know that we can steer ourselves out of this crisis. That's who we are. That's what we've always done as Americans. Our nation's faced difficult times before, and at each of those moments, we've risen to meet the challenge because we've never forgotten that fundamental truth, that here in America, our destiny is not written for us, it's written by us. That's who we are as Americans.